Hi, I'm John. I'm going to be talking to you today a little bit about building a kit for emergency preparedness. Before you want to start building a kit, you want to look at what your plans are in case a natural disaster or man-made emergency would happen. Well, what natural disasters or man-made disasters are common in your area, and what precautions you need to take for each disaster. Some other things to think about before building your kit is, where do you live? Do you live in an urban area or somewhat rural area? Another consideration to take in is family members. Do you have pets, children, a spouse? Do these people need medications or formula? These are some of the things to think about before building your kit. Your kit should be designed around lasting 3 days. 3 days comes from FEMA, which is the general time they estimate the relief will hit a area. As we seen in Katrina and the hurricanes that hit the East Coast, 3 days sometimes isn't enough. These areas were without power and water for weeks on end. There's a couple different terminologies when it comes to kits. Some people call them 3-day kits, some people call them bug-out bags. The only difference between the two is a 3-day kit. It's designed around surviving 3 days or having enough supplies to get you through the 3 days. A bug-out kit is designed to grab and go. These kits can be exactly the same thing, it's just a different terminology. This is an example of a kit. However you plan to put in your kit, I planned a backpack, but some people just use totes. It all depends on what your plan is. Do you plan on staying in your house? Do you plan on leaving? Some circumstances you might want to stay, some circumstances you might want to go. That's why I use the backpack. It allows me more mobility and faster ease in case I decide I have to leave. In case of a flood, tornado, that my residence is unlivable. This is just another example. The bag gets smaller. So this is a bag I keep in my car with supplies in case I would go in the ditch. Being Wisconsin in winter half the month, I also keep a sleeping bag, extra pair of clothes, hats, mittens, and an extra pair of shoes, a shovel, and a bag of sand to help get traction in case I would go in the ditch. Here I'm going to break down the components of my kit. I'm going to start with communication. Here I have some flares. These are useful getting people's attention in rubble, also in the dark. The human eye can see a match from over a mile away. These are pretty bright, I've tested them out before. I also have some glow sticks that I got. These provide not only signaling someone, they also provide light for a while. For hygiene items, I keep my kit, keep some toilet paper in case I have to leave home. Q-tips, they can be used for a lot of things. Besides cleaning your ears, also it can be used for some first aid items. Deodorant, toothpaste. You're going to want to keep your personal hygiene up, even though you're in a emergency situation. You're going to want to stay as clean as you can, and just keeping your hygiene up will help keep your spirits up and reduce some of the stress that you're already going under. Also included here some triple antibiotic ointment, some lip balm, hand sanitizer, and then different bug repellents. One's DEET free because my wife has allergic reaction to to bug repellent. It's a good thing to plan around, and special things to think about with your family. Not everybody in your family might be the same. Some of them might be allergic to different things. So keeping everybody in mind when planning your kit is also an important aspect of it. Another thing to include inside your kit would be first aid supplies. I bought this pre-made one before I took first aid and CPR. That's another wise thing a person could do to prepare would be to take first aid and CPR classes. Not only you, but other members of your family. That way it allows you, in case somebody to get hurt, you're more able to help them. Also included in my kit, moleskin. Moleskin's pretty handy in case you get a blister or a sore on your foot. You can cut it to the size and put it on, and it'll help relieve the pain in case you have to do a lot of walking. Also includes super glue in this. Super glue can be used for a lot of things. It also can be used for first aid. You can use it to secure a cut real quick after you clean it out and stop bleeding. Also included Q-tips from before. They're kind of a first aid item used to clean. This is the shelter part of my kit. I included, I got 2 of these portable tarps. These were pretty nice. I've used them hiking before, and they seem pretty strong. Use one as a shelter, and maybe the other one lay underneath you, along with 55-gallon drum liners that I showed earlier. Lay them down on the ground, or you can hang them up, make them into a shelter. For a quick blanket, I also included a emergency blanket. Could also include this in your first aid items. Somebody starts going into shock. Used to maintain your body temp. Next, I'm going to move into water. Water is one of the most important things besides air we need to survive. If you go by using water, here I just include a Nalgene bottle I got on sale. A lot of this stuff, if you wait around, you can find good deals on stuff. Inside of it, I keep a lot of spare things. Some napkins, a piece of cloth I can start a fire with, some razor blades for cutting, matches and lighters. One thing about water is you have to make sure that it's clean, and because I live in a very rural area, I also have a stream that's near my house. I can get water if I need it, but most water you have to be careful with around here because it contains pathogens. The only way to get rid of them is through boiling or use of iodine tablets. So inside my water kit I also include fire. It also helps keep it dry. I have some flashlights in here. Another way to purify water is through iodine tablets. I have 2 bottles of them. Like I said, I keep lighters and matches, and I also have a fire steel on my knife. Matches can get wet, lighters can break, and so by keeping a lot of different things, I also have a fire steel here. Keeping a lot of different ways of getting fire is also pretty useful to have. And finally, I'm going to go over some of the food things to keep. This I had in my water. It's a stainless steel non-thermal bottle. I can use it to boil water, sanitize it. This is what I could use. I also have a stove, a Coleman. Here are the fuel tanks. I also have a set of nesting cups to cook food in. For some of the food, I haven't brought everything out that I have, just a few examples. I have some soup mix, tuna in the packages, mashed potato mix, and some Mountain Houses. Basically, it's dehydrated food, just add water to it. Boiling water, seal it back up and wait, and it rehydrates. These are scrambled eggs. Also have some other different food. Important thing about food is to make sure everybody in your family likes it. If you buy food and they absolutely hate it. It's just going to be more of a stress on them. It'll cut the edges off by having food that people enjoy. So going out and trying different things, I would stay away from MREs, which are same thing, kind of like a mountain house, but it's for the military. They kind of taste disgusting to me, and they don't keep as long. These can keep up to 6 years, and they're still eatable and still taste good. Here I've included some more sources. If you live more in an urban area, the urban prepper videos will help you out greatly. I've included a link to all 3 videos and a PDF download to all the equipment that he has in his show. I've also included a link to FEMA and a PDF for what you should include inside your kit, and a link to the American Red Cross to help scheduling CPR and first aid classes.